Next, Dapper Rogue. If you're cool with anything, I guess referring to me saying I'm cool with anything in terms of questions, what was the best or worst day of your life and why? Ooh, shit. So, you know what's sad? I really don't know what I'd call my best day of my life. I really don't know. I do know when I hit 100,000 subscribers on YouTube, that really felt amazing. Because when I started, I had no idea what was going to happen when I started. You're always taking a shot in the dark when you're trying to do something like this. And I don't know, when I hit 100,000, I felt like 6 digits is undeniable. Like, you can't deny that. 100,000 people are interested in the show? That's fucking crazy. That's out of this world. That was like a lifetime goal when I started. So when I hit 100,000, that was really a sit-back moment, and you go, wow. But I don't know if that was the best day of my life. Worst day of my life, again, I'm not 100% sure, but when my dad died, I was pretty young. It was 2011. I was born in 88, so 98, 2008. So I was 23 years old. That was pretty shitty. The thing about my dad, it was weird because like when I was younger, sometimes he'd get injured. Like I remember one time he had a neck injury and he was like incapacitated. But he was incapacitated for like a week and then he's better and then he's up walking around and stuff. And I remember the day my dad went to the hospital, he went to the emergency room because he was having extreme back pain. And he goes in there and they run some tests or whatever. And I remember he calls me the day after he was admitted. And I was like, oh, are you out yet? Because I still had that little kid thing in my mind of like, oh, I've seen this happen where he gets sick and then he just gets better. But no, he went to the hospital and after they ran the test, they found out, hey, motherfucker, you have a tumor that started in your lungs and metastasized to your spine. So that extreme back pain he was feeling was stage 4 cancer. So he was in horrendous shape when he went in there, and they did some surgery, but he died soon thereafter. But it was a shock. Even though he had smoked almost his entire life and he didn't take care of himself, it was still a shock. And I was like, wow, because, I was young when it happened. So that was a really shitty day. I think maybe the first time there was a breakup with my first girlfriend, that was maybe the worst day because you're young. You don't know what the fuck's going on. I was in like middle school. You feel like the world's ending and everything's crushing you. And I think that's a very relatable kind of worst day. I think a lot of people have gone through that with, okay, the first time you and your girlfriend or you and your boyfriend have broken up. So that was a really shitty day. But, reading some of these questions, I started to get sad about not having concrete answers to these questions. Like, I feel like if you ask most people, hey, what's your best day? They'd be like, oh, it's fill in the blank. Meanwhile, me, I'm like, I don't know. What's your best day? What's your worst day? I could give you really bad ones and really good ones, but I don't know if I have a definitive, this is the best and this is the worst, but there are some right there. Okay. Are traps gay? This is a question that showed up roughly 80 times, and I might not be exaggerating. Okay, so first let me give you my slight ignorance on this issue. I'm still not 100% sure what traps are, but I think I have a decent idea. So my understanding is, let me paint the picture here. You're a dude. I guess you run into a woman at a bar. Hey, you get to talking. Hey, you want to get back to my place? Okay, you go back to your place and, it starts heating up. She's sexy. You're doing your thing. You're kissing. You're feeling. And then right when you're about to do it, right when you're ready, or you're already horned up and ready to go, you see that she has a dick. I think that's what a trap is. Am I right? So in other words, it's like a pre-op transgender woman who looks exactly like a biological woman. And then you find out right when you're about to fuck that she has a dick. And if you go through with it, is it gay? Here's my answer. And guess what? I have 100% confidence that my answer is correct. So the internet can stop debating this. When I give you this answer, the debate has now been closed. The answer is, it's neither. It's not gay. It's not straight. It's in its own category. That's the only way you can really discuss this in a serious and objective and nuanced way, is that the same thing as just having sex with a guy? No. Because in every discernible way, you're dealing with a woman, except the dick. But and again, correct me if I'm wrong with the groundwork of what a trap is here, but the idea is you really are supposed to be totally convinced it's a woman until you see the penis, and then you're like, oh, you have a dick. So, since in every discernible way you're dealing with a woman except the penis, that's not the same thing as just having sex with a guy. You know what I mean? Because having sex with a guy would be the second you look at the motherfucker, you're like, oh, that's a dude. But if you don't think it's a dude and you're 100% sure it's a woman, and then when it's about to go down, you realize, oh shit, there's a dick. I don't think that's just gay. But it's also obviously not straight because she has a dick. So I think it's its own category. We need to come up with a term for it. Okay, it's not gay, it's not straight, it's curved. So are traps gay? The answer is traps are curved. That's what they are. God, I fucking nailed that. I nailed that answer so much. I love my answer I just gave on that. Okay, next. 87 Tamago asks, if you were forced to pick one Republican to become president, who would it be? I think most of you know the answer to this. In fact, the response to this in the YouTube comment section, somebody nailed it. They said, he's probably going to say Rand Paul. Yes, the answer is Rand Paul. In all seriousness, I wouldn't be comfortable with any of these Republican politicians being president. All of them come with horrendous downsides. But the best among them is without question Rand Paul. And the answer, and the reason why that is on certain issues, yes, he's more libertarian-ish than other Republicans. So I'm relatively confident Rand Paul would not only be anti-war, he'd be way more anti-war than most Democrats. I think Rand Paul would be more anti-war than Obama was in office, for sure. So on those issues, he's going to be good. On some social issues, he's going to be good. He's going to demilitarize the police. He pushes that all the time. On the issue of drugs, he's going to be good. He's going to want to legalize marijuana and decriminalize the other drugs. I think there's a hefty influence that he has from his father, Ron Paul. I think Ron is more principled than Rand, but on about 40% of the issues, he will reliably be on the right side. Now, the other 60%, holy shit, run for the hills, because he's going to try to abolish the FDA and abolish all Wall Street regulations and, oh, goodness gracious, cut taxes for the rich massively. But at least you know he's going to unwind U.S. empire and do it in a responsible way. At least you know he's going to end police militarization and end the drug war. So, without question, the answer there is Rand Paul.